Hi guys. Okay, so this is kind of like part 2 of Don't Be That CNA. Okay guys, now anywhere that you work, they're going to have people that are over you. So you're a subordinate, right? And they're going to be people over you, and people are going to be power tripping. Or even if, for instance, you're a CNA, there are other CNAs that have been working as a CNA 20 years and 5 years, and they're really experienced, but then they have a mental, like they have this attitude like they're above you. Okay, of course they probably know more than you, but don't let that type of attitude discourage you, intimidate you. You let them know you know what you're doing too, and don't let them try to be the boss of you. They're not your supervisor, the nurse is. And some of the nurses are not so friendly. They are kind of mean. They're kind of like into themselves. They don't say hello. You can say hello. They'll just look at you and walk straight past you. I don't know, it's because you're a subordinate or you're a CNA, and sometimes nurses look at CNAs as if they're nothing. So if you get nurses like that, don't let that discourage you. Don't let that bother you. You continue to say hello even though they don't speak. Because I have some of those nurses, and I continue to say hello to them. And now they smile. Now they say hello, and they even engage in a little conversation. So don't be that CNA either. Just because they don't say anything to you at first and you're trying to reach out to be polite, because you do have to go to them to give them information. So if they're acting that way, don't go down to their level. You show them that you are better than that, and you speak. You continue to speak. Because after a while, they'll start to say, okay, this person, I don't really need to be acting like that towards this person. I'm going to be a little nicer. Help change their attitude. Even if, they don't want to do it for themselves, you help change their attitude by having the right attitude yourself. And it will show that you are a better person. Because you are. So don't be that CNA either. Or don't just be that person, period. Just because they don't speak, you go ahead and speak. You be the bigger person. Also, let me see what I want to share with you guys. Okay, let me tell you something. If a resident or a patient say, okay, I'm not breathing, my breathing is a little different, I don't feel right, or whatever it is, it can be the littlest thing. Do not use your judgment. You go tell the nurse everything they said. You cover yourself. Number one, you cover yourself. Because if anything goes down, it's going to be on you. So no matter what it is, you go tell the nurse. If you have been working with a particular resident or patient for a long time, and you know their mannerisms and their demeanor and how they are and their slight changes, you go tell the nurse. Tell the nurse everything. Do not assume. Do not make your own judgments. And when you do go tell the nurse, speak loudly. Make sure everyone around hears you, so that if anything happens, they can't say, oh no, the CNA did not tell me that. Make sure you speak loud. Make sure they hear you, and make sure you report everything that the resident or a patient said to you, or everything you noticed that was different about that patient or resident. Cover yourself. Okay, that is most important. If it's changing time, and if you have a rule at your facility to mark the brief every time. Because you don't know who's walking around checking. And there are some nurses that do walk around and they do check. It is their job. Some of them might be doing it for the wrong reasons, but it is their job to do so if they do it. I don't know what they do at different facilities, but you cover yourself. Do what you was trained to do. Do what your facility requires, and you will have no problems. If you take shortcuts, if you slack off, and if you make your own assumptions, then you may get into trouble. Don't make any assumptions about anything or anybody. You go tell the nurse. That is what they are there for. Remember, you are the eyes and ears. The nurses are not in the rooms. They don't know what's going on in the rooms. We are the ones going back and forth to each patient. Report everything to the nurse and let them make their professional assessment. That is what they were trained and licensed to do. With that, I hope everyone have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.